Hello everyone, welcome to the reading. This reading will be about Lil Kim. Now then, I know I said that like a robot. Let's just pick up some general energies. Let's see what's going on with her, what's happening in her world, her life. And let's see, what can we see regarding this situation? Well, there's some lack. There's definitely some lack happening. Some definite lack. Well, these aren't necessarily the best cards, right? Because what's being shown to me is being out in the cold. Not just that, but this represents multiple energies. I'm picking up multiple energies with this, right? The first thing that I picked up was karma. I definitely picked up karma. Then the next thing was the whole industry. So it's interesting because the Hierophant, however you even pronounce it, it has to do with organization, big organization. So this lack, this feeling out in the cold, it's pertaining to the whole Hollywood situation. So someone's not satisfied. Someone's definitely not happy. Not just that, someone feels like an outsider. Very interesting. Not just that, she feels betrayed by the whole industry. So I don't know what's happening with her. I know that she performed with Diddy like a few weeks ago, and people were saying all sorts of stuff about her, like making jokes and whatever. But what I'm seeing is, it's kind of just like she's still not satisfied. Like, she don't feel like she's getting her dues. She doesn't feel like she's getting the respect that she deserves. Not just that, there's something going on with her love life. So let's see what's happening with her love life. So I got these energies out the way. So let's see what's going on with this love situation. That's what I'm curious to see at this point. Isolation. This is deep energy. I'm picking up the energies of a male. This person that she's with or was with. It's a distance. What the fuck? It's a distance. I definitely see a distance. Not just that, I see pain. Not just that, it's kind of just like this isolation, this pain that she's dealing with, all those tears, she's trying to make something out of it. You see how the tears are gold? So it makes me think, like, is she sort of like, I don't know what you call it, but I gotta pick it up now. What is it called? Is she, you know how like when people make music, they go to a particular place and they make their music. This reading is at random, by the way. This isn't like a paid reading, so I'm definitely taking my time just chilling. But she's not in... God, I gotta get it. I know it's kind of just like I'm gonna be waiting, but it's cool. I gotta get it. What do you call that shit? When people make music, like rappers and singers. Damn, what is that shit called? She's not in, and people like average people, they pay usually like a shit ton of money to have their music made. Damn, it's like I want to get it, but I can tell I'm so not going to get it. I'm going to get it like once this reading is done. But I'm going to leave it in the comment section. But it's kind of just like, she's trying to make music, she's trying to make something out of it. Is what I'm seeing. So, I mean, that's what she's dealing with. Let's see what else is happening. I know it's not, it's kind of like the music booth, but I know it's not a music booth. It's called some studio. Is it called studio? I think it's a studio, yeah. She's in the studio making music and shit, you know what I mean? She's very like, what I'm picking up, it's kind of just like she's very inspired at this moment in time. So let's see what else is happening with this lady. What else can we see? What did I tell you guys? You know, it's funny because I know I might like seem all weird and stuff because I'm not so serious. Because usually I'd be so stiff with my readings and like I gotta be so professional and shit. But it's kind of just like I'm not getting paid for this shit. You know what I mean? This is just like a general reading for YouTube. So I'm not gonna like be all stiff. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be relaxed and let whatever needs to come up. You know, but obviously, as you guys can see, the energies are coming up. I don't have to be all stiff and shit in order for the energies to come through for me. But what was I telling you? That she's creating, you know what I mean? She's in the studio writing music. So that's what I'm seeing. She's definitely inspired. Because whoever this guy is, you know, it's a situation of isolation. I'm picking up a vibe of betrayal. See, with this silence, it's funny because it goes back to the isolation. She feels like she doesn't have no one that she can depend on. It's very, like, you know, cold, unfortunate energies. You know, I don't like to be negative, but the energies speak for itself. So, I mean, you know, she's definitely feeling alone. Not just that, she's dealing with deep emotions with this moon here. Deep emotions. I'm picking up deep thought. But it's interesting. At the same time, she's at peace, though. You see how the water is still? So it's kind of just like, yeah, she's in isolation. And yeah, like, you know, she's not happy about the whole Hollywood situation. She's feeling left out in the cold. She's feeling betrayed with that 10 of Swords that popped up earlier. But she's creating. And she's definitely contemplating things. Let's see what else we can see. All right. Control. What was I telling you? It's kind of interesting. It's kind of just like, yeah, she's not pleased with the whole Hollywood situation. She's not pleased with her relationship. You know what I mean? But there's an energy of control. There's also an energy of anger. If you look at this person's face, sorry if my fingers are looking like dry and like peeling. It's because, you know, I can't really have my hands moisturized when I'm like shuffling cards and stuff. So I usually like tend to wash my hands a lot and then they kind of like flake. Because usually I'm like an oily, greasy person. I'm always using like some sort of like oil or body butter or something. But it's kind of just like I can't really do that when I'm like shuffling. But as you can see though, you know what I mean? It's kind of just like an energy of control. Trying to control her emotions, trying to control the energy. And it's funny, it's kind of just like she sees this as an opportunity as well. You know what I mean? It's kind of just like, it makes me think of how she's been in an industry for a long ass time. So she knows about sort of like being inspired. She feels that spark. That's why she's in that whole creative process. Not just that, I'm seeing that she's doing a lot of like cutting out. Sort of just like people that don't need to be in her energy. I'm definitely seeing that. It's like a time of peace. There's some tribulation that's going on, but again, it's a time of peace. You know, creativity and control. Let's see what else pops up. She's gonna try to handle this thing smart. And I say try because that's the energy I'm picking up intuitively with this friendliness. You know, she understands that in life, you can't do it all alone. So it's like, yeah, she's doing some cutting out, like cutting people out of her life. Yeah, she's trying to create, but at the same time, you know, life sometimes, you know, we need people. Not all the time, but obviously in her situation, she needs people, you know what I mean? You need producers, you need, you know, people that's going to help you with your music and your look, you know what I mean? So she understands like, yeah, she's upset, but she's trying to control herself. She's not trying to be rash. I'm picking up a struggle. It's definitely a struggle because she feels a particular way. She wants to explode and she might, you know what I mean? Like, you know, you might see some indications of her unhappiness. But at the same time, she understands that she needs people. So that's the energy that she's in. She's kind of just like, yo, you know, I'm not happy, but at the same time, I have to be friendly. You know what I mean? I have to balance my emotions out, balance myself out. Because she has some goals, is what I'm seeing. Now then, let's see what else is going on with her. Very peaceful energies, you know what I mean? I'm actually picking up peaceful energies with her. I'm picking up a sort of, like, normal person. You know, I don't know anything of her. I'm not gonna lie, but it's kind of just like the energy that I'm picking up is very easygoing energy, very sort of just like normal energy. I'm not picking up anything dark. I'm not picking up anything shady. It's actually a very peaceful energy. So I actually like picking up her energy. Let's see what else I can see regarding this situation. All right. Her emotion, because the card is face down. So let's see. Her body. So, I mean, you know, this reading, you aren't going to get any more accurate than this shit. I mean, do you guys see this? You know, we know she's all about body modification. You know what I mean? Cosmetic surgery, her fitness. So, I mean, you know, expect more of that. It is what it is. Definitely expect more of that. Let's see what else. This colorful energy with this parrot. Usually this energy represents, like, being open as far as, like, sexually. That's usually how I always take, like, this particular energy. And it's like, I'm picking up an energy, though, that's not negative, because usually, like, when this card comes up, like, for the Megan Thee Stallion reading I done and other celebrities, usually it's kind of like a low vibrational sort of energy of kind of like being a swinger or having a lot of, like, unprotected, like, hookups. I'm seeing that she's enjoying herself sexually, but again, it's a positive energy, because this, I know it doesn't say anything about, like, sexual energies, but for me, this is a sexual card. I'm seeing positive sexual encounters. I'm definitely seeing... It's kind of actually personal. I'm actually picking up some, like, really intense hookups. I'm going to leave it at that. You know what I mean? She's definitely enjoying her new body. So, yeah. Let's see what else pops up. Okay. This is interesting. I usually don't like when sort of like months come up, like February or December and stuff like that. I don't really like to do that with my readings, because energy is fluid, and sometimes when you're kind of just like, yo, this is gonna like happen, like, you know, in December and shit like that, like, I don't know, I just don't like that, you know what I mean? Especially like being a reader, you know, I've done like a shit ton of readings, but I usually don't engage in that sort of energy unless I'm really pushed to. It's definitely a relevant energy about December, but again, I don't really want to go there. I'm not comfortable with that. But what I'm seeing is, it's kind of just like she's booked. She's definitely booked. I don't know, I'm picking up the vibe of like private shows. Not just that, it's kind of just like she's really busy. I'm picking up a lot of private sort of like energy, you know what I mean? So it's kind of just like, you know, I don't know like how her shit goes, but let's just say, like, you know, she might be performing for like individuals, like at parties or situations, like privately. That's the vibe that I'm seeing. I'm seeing like she's booked. I'm definitely seeing her being very busy and booked. And it's interesting because this goes back to love as well. It's kind of just like she's trying to make this person jealous. Like whoever that guy was I was picking up early on in reading, it's kind of like she's trying to make whoever that dude is jealous. You know what I mean? With like having her own encounters. And it's kind of just like, she's like, yo, look, I'm busy now. You know what I mean? Like, I'm hot shit. Like, I'm hard to reach. Like, go through my people if you need to speak with me. So that's what I'm picking up. It's kind of just like she wants that person to feel like shit. You know what I mean? That's what I'm seeing. With this social media sort of like influencer, tech-savvy energy, what I'm seeing is that she's definitely like observing how people perceive her, what people say. She's trying to make a business out of it, is what I'm picking up. You know what I mean? She's kind of just like, yo, how can I exploit it? So those are the energies that she's in, you know? It's kind of just like, she knows people have opinions about her. She knows people say shit about her, but her whole thing is like, how can I exploit this shit to like make me more money? That's definitely what I'm seeing. Now I'm going to be asking questions. I'm curious, how does she feel about what people were saying about her body? You know what I mean? People were saying some fucked up things, that like she looked like a frog and all sorts of like unfortunate things. So like, let's see, how does she feel about that? Like what people were saying. She don't give a fuck. She's about her money. She's about exploiting it. And it's funny because what was I telling you? She's like thinking like, how can I exploit shit? And I'm definitely seeing that. It's kind of just like, for her, it's really deep. It's kind of like a no-brainer energy. Now that this card like popped up for sure, it's like she knows that like people are gonna like talk shit about her body. You know what I mean? She knows that like people are saying like all sorts of horrible shit. But for her, it's kind of just like publicity. Not just that, you know, celebrities, they're almost like energy vampires. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Like they like to stay relevant. They like to have people talking about them. That's actually how they make money. Like through relevancy. Like Kim, you know what I mean? Kim Kardashian, you know what I mean? Like people were saying like she's a hoe and all this horrible shit. And it's kind of just like it kept feeding into her energy. So that's the same thing with Lil Kim. She's kind of like, okay, I might be infamous. I might be a joke to people, but I'm all about my money. So it's like she really doesn't give a fuck. To be honest, she's all about the money. You know what I mean? It's deep. She's kind of just like, yo, like, I'll have even more surgery if I'm going to like retain more money through like publicity. So that's the vibe that she's on. Let me see, how does she feel about the whole performance, though, with her and Diddy? That's a good question, right? All right, the card's face down, so it has to do with her emotion, for sure. This Knight of Wands, I'm picking up a vibe of anger. Not just that, I'm looking at some side-eyeing energy. Definitely. It's funny because I never seen this guy's eyes until now. You know, it's kind of just like white. But honestly, like when the card first popped up, his eyes literally looked like he was looking at the past. Because you guys know what I say, like this is the future, this is the past. So when this card popped up, his eyes were facing the past. So she definitely feels a particular way about Diddy. I'm definitely seeing some anger. I'm picking up. Again, it goes back to trying to control her energy, trying to control her emotions, how she feels. Because you guys know what I say. The human represents the exterior, right, of what we can see. But the the animal represents the interior. If you look, as far as like the feelings and all of that, if you look at this horse, it's a happy horse. It's definitely a happy horse. But it's funny, right? Because I'm getting a vibe of anger, but again, it's like a happy horse. And I know it seems like I'm tripping over my like words and shit, but I'm not. It's just I'm picking up the energies and it's interesting. It's kind of just like, you see how like this guy is trying to control the horse? So it's kind of just like, she's all about perception, right? So it's kind of just like what she wants is the exterior to match the interior. You know what I mean? Or let me actually say that over again. She wants the sort of just like, she wants to be like in a certain balance. There we go. It's kind of just like, she wants it to be like everything's okay. You know what I mean? That's what I'm seeing. Because yeah, this horse looks like it's kind of like a happy horse. But if you look at the face, it's an energy of almost like a little bit of sadness. Not just that, this red gives me like an Aries energy. But it's kind of just like she's trying to control it. She's trying to be at balance. She's definitely trying to be at balance. She feels all sorts of shit regarding the performance. That's why this energy is hard to like read, because she's like almost trying to mask how she feels, because she definitely feels a particular way, but this is an energy of like trying to mask sort of like how you truly feel. It's kind of like, yeah, she's like side-eyeing him, but if you look how this guy's eyes are kind of like blank, it's almost an energy of kind of just like, yeah, I feel shit about the past. Yeah, I'm side-eyeing him, but it's almost just like where you try to let it go because you don't want to make things known. You know how like sometimes you could be so angry or so pissed, but it's kind of just like you understand that it's not shit really you can do. So it's kind of just like she's just like, fuck it almost, is what I'm seeing. Let's see, what else can I see about this situation? This no thingness, it goes back to the eyes. What was I telling you? It's kind of just like there's shit definitely going on, right? But it's like for her, she doesn't want it to be anything there. She doesn't want things to be noticeable. You know what I mean? 5 speaks of like human nature, not just that. 5 is an energy of fighting. But she's just like, yeah, it's nothing to see here. Yeah, it's no problems. But there's a lot of problems. So what I'm seeing is it's like she's not happy with Diddy. Not just that, she's not feeling the whole performance for whatever reason is what I'm seeing. Very fascinating energies. So let's see what else I can see about this situation. Let's see what else is going on with her. All right. Her main situation is this love shit. That's her whole situation. That's what she's concerned about. You see this third wheel? Third party situations. Not just that. You know, I don't know if she's married. I don't know her situation. But she's just like, yo, dude, we have vows. That's what I'm seeing with this vow. You know what I mean? She's kind of just like, yo, you promised me this. You said you were going to do this. Obviously, that dude betrayed her trust. So it's fury. She's upset. Not just that, withdrawal. So the energies go back to the start of the reading. Very interesting energies. Guys, again, I don't really know anything of this situation at all. So if you guys know what's going on in her love life, definitely tell me. You know, I love reading you guys' comments when you guys like inform me about like what's happening. And it's definitely interesting like when it matches like the cards and what like I said with the energies and all that. It's definitely interesting. Also, I know my energies might seem like weird and shit, but obviously, as you can see, the energy spoke for itself. If you made it this far, definitely press the thumbs up. I appreciate the love and the support. And yeah, guys, take care.